Okay, sixth question. From the following information, compute the taxable income. Business income is given, which we can directly take it in the outer column. Income from house property, interest on government securities, which is an income from other source, long-term capital gains, which is it comes under capital gains, crossword puzzle winnings, again it is a casual income from other source, and he has paid LIC premium 15,000, which is a deduction under section 80C. Your solution goes like this: business income, income from house property, income from government securities, long-term capital gains, and crossword puzzle winnings. The total is your gross total income. From this, we have to less the deduction under section 80C, that is the life insurance premium paid. So whatever we get is the total taxable income. Next is question number 7. Mr. M furnishes the following incomes. Compute the taxable income. Income from salary 4.5 lakhs, income from house property 2 lakhs, income from other source 3 lakhs. His other informations are as follows. He has paid LIC premium 6,000 per month. So you have to calculate 6,000 into 12. That is 72,000 is the LIC premium paid. Medical insurance paid is 30,000 per annum. Medical insurance paid is a deduction under section 80U. Sorry, medical insurance premium paid is under section 80D, and the maximum amount of deduction applicable for individuals is 25,000, and for senior citizens it is 30,000. Even though it is paid 30,000, maximum deduction what we can consider is only 25,000 per annum. PM National Relief Fund and University of National Eminence donations made to this is a deduction under section 80G. So income from salary 4.5 lakhs, income from house property 2 lakhs, income from other source 3 lakhs, gross total income is 9.5 lakhs. In life insurance premium paid 6,000 per month, so per annum 72,000. 80D medical insurance paid, even though it is 30,000 per annum, only 25,000 is the allowable exemption. And 80G is National Prime Minister National Relief Fund, and University donation made to University of National Eminence comes under 80D. After making all the deductions, whatever we get is the total taxable income. Next is Mr. Ramu, whose age is 48 years, has given the following details. Compute his tax liability. Income from salary is given. Income from house property, winning from lottery, other income, which is casual income. Short-term capital gain and long-term capital gain are given. So you can make the addition of all the 5, which gives you the gross total income. And computation of a tax liability. Tax liability goes like this. Tax, before taking a tax slab, we have 3 things which we need to exclude from the tax slab. One is casual income. If you have any casual income, the TDS applicable for casual income is 30%. So all the winning from lottery, horse race should be first deducted at 30%. So amount of winning from lottery into 30%. And short-term capital gains TDS is 15%, and long-term capital gain TDS is 20%. So first, this is how the tax liability goes on. First, casual income deducted at 30%. This is the tax liability. Winning from lottery amount is 1 lakh. TDS for casual income is 30%. So 30,000 is the tax amount. And for short-term capital gain, it is 15%. So short-term capital gain is 90,000 into 15%, 13,500. And for long-term capital gain, TDS is at 20%. So 2,20,000 into 20%. After excluding the casual income, short-term capital gain, and long-term capital gain, for the remaining amount, the tax liability is applicable. This is the total taxable income. From this, we have to less casual income. Already TDS at 30% is deducted. Short-term TDS at 15% is deducted, and long-term TDS at 20% is deducted. So after deducting this, the remaining amount, the tax slab is applicable. Tax slab up to 2.5 lakhs, it is exempted. From 2.5 lakhs to 5 lakh, it is 5%. So 2,50,000 into 5%, 12,500. and 5 lakh in up to 9 lakhs remaining amount. Rate of TDS is 20%. So you have 4 lakh into 20%, that is 80,000. So total tax liability is 92,500. So you can make an addition of casual income, short-term, long-term gain. So the total amount is this. On this amount, we have to calculate 4% as education says. Whatever the final answer is the tax liability of the assessee. Next question. Shrimati Rohini submits the following particulars of her income. Income from salary computed, income from house property computed is given, income from short-term capital gain, agricultural income from Australia. If it is an agricultural income of India, it is exempted. Any foreign country is taxable under the head income from other source. Share of income from Hindu undivided family is an exempted income. And then other information is given. LIC premium paid is 6,000 per month. So per annum it is 72,000. It is a deduction under section 80C, and contribution towards NPS, again deduction under section 80C. Medical insurance paid 18,000 per annum under section 80D. So let us calculate a gross total income and make the required deductions. Income from salary, house property, capital gain, and other source. Total gross total income is 4,75,000. From this, we have to make the deductions. LIC premium is 72,000. Contribution towards NPS is 40,000, and medical insurance premium paid is 18,000. After making these deductions, whatever we get is the total taxable income. On that total taxable income, we have to calculate tax liability. There is no casual income, no long-term capital gain, only short-term capital gain is given. So TDS at 15%. So 75,000 into 15%. From the total income, we have to less the short-term capital gain because already TDS has been taken into consideration. On the remaining amount, apply the tax slab. First 2.5 lakhs is null, and for the remaining amount, for 20,000, out of 2 lakh 70, 2 lakh 50,000 is exempted. On remaining 20,000 rupees, 5% is the tax applicable. So tax amount is 1,000. So this is the total tax amount on that education cess at 4%. That gives the tax liability. Next. Tenth question. Compute the taxable income and tax liability of Mr. Narayan for the assessment year 1920. So this question goes like this. Income from salary 5 lakh, income from house property 50,000, income from business 1 lakh 50, long-term capital gain 50, winning from horse race 20, winning from lottery 4,500, income from salary is a salary head income, house property is the house property income, income from business is a business or profession income, long-term capital gain is the capital gain income, winning from horse race is an income from other source as well as a casual income, winning from horse race and winning from lottery. Dividend from an Indian company up to 10 lakh rupees is exempted. So it is an exempted income because it is less than 10 lakhs, that is 20,000. Life insurance premium paid, it is a deduction under section 80C. Contribution to PPF, again a deduction under section 80C. Health insurance premium paid, it is a deduction under section 80D. Tuition fees of the son, again it is a deduction under section 80C. Deposited in Sukanya Samruddhi scheme, it is a deduction under section 80C. Own contribution towards NPS, even this is a deduction under section 80C. Now let us look into the solution. You can take it like this. Salary income 5 lakh, house property 50,000, business 1 lakh 50, long-term capital gain 50, other source winning from horse race and lottery, dividend from Indian company is exempted. This gives the gross total income. From this we'll make possible deductions. See 80C deductions is up to 1.5 lakh without NPS contribution. With NPS contribution, the maximum amount of deductions goes up to 2 lakhs. Now here, LIC premium paid is 50,000, contribution to PPF 10,000, tuition fees of son 22,000, deposited in Sukanya Samruddhi scheme 10,000, own contribution towards NPS is 60,000. So without NPS contribution, the maximum amount would be only 1,50,000 because there is a contribution towards NPS. You can claim the entire 1,52,000 as a deduction. Next, medical insurance premium paid is under section 80U. From the gross total income, deduct all the deductions. Whatever we get is the total taxable income. Tax liability goes like this. Winning from horse race and lottery both are casual income. Tax should be, TDS should be at 30%. So 20,000 into 30%, 4,500 into 30%. And on long-term capital gain, TDS is at 20%. So 50,000 into 20%. So this is the tax liability. From the total income, less horse race winning 20,000, lottery winning 4,500, long-term capital gain 50,000. Balance amount tax slab should be applicable. So it comes to 5,38,000. First 2.5 lakh it is nil. From 2.5 to 5 lakhs. For that 2.5 lakhs, the rate is 5%. And on the remaining amount, that is 38,000, tax slab is applicable at the rate of 20%. So 38,000 into 20%. So whatever the amount you get, on that you calculate education cess at 4%. The remaining amount will be the taxable liability, tax liability. Next question. Mr. Rangappa has the following savings: contribution towards life insurance premium. His life, on his own life, 8,750 is the sum assured, is the premium amount 8,750, and sum assured is 50 to 500. Policy taken in the year 2001. If the policy is taken before 2012, the rate applicable is 20% of the sum assured or the premium amount, whichever is lower should be considered. If it is after 2012, it is 10% of the sum assured or the premium amount, whichever is lower should be considered. Because it is taken prior to 2012, you can consider 20% of the sum assured or the premium amount, whichever is lower can be taken as deduction. And for others, it is 10% of the sum assured or the policy amount, whichever is lower should be taken into consideration. On his life, 8,750 is the policy amount, 50 to 500 is the sum assured. Wife's life, 3,500 is the policy, sum assured is 35,000. Son's life, 3,500 is the policy, sum assured is 35,000. And then minor daughter, 3,000 is the policy and 30,000 is the sum assured. Contribution towards RPF is 5,000. You are required to compute the qualifying amount of deduction under section 80C. So on his life, either you take the premium because the policy is taken before 2012. You can, on own life, we can consider 20% on the sum assured or the premium paid, whichever is lower has a deduction. Here 50 to 500 into 20%, 10,500, comparing with 8,750. Premium amount is lower, so premium amount will be the exemption or a deduction. So here wife's life, 3,500 is the premium amount and 10% of the sum assured is also 3,500, whichever is lower again comes to 3,500. Son's life again, 3,500 is the policy amount and 10% of sum assured is also same, whichever is lower again comes to 3,500. Minor daughter, even the sum assured and 10% of the sum assured or policy amount is again same, so 3,000 rupees. And contribution towards RPF 5,000. This all comes under section 80C. So we can reduce the entire amount as a deduction under section 80C. Next question. Mr. Harish gives the following particulars of his income. Income from salary 3,50,000, income from house property 50,000, income from business 75,000, interest on government securities, which is an income from other source 20,000, winning from card games, winning from horse race, again it is income from other source. Life insurance premium on his life 10,000, sum assured is 80,000. He has paid medical insurance premium 5,000 by cash. Long-term capital gain is 12,000. He has purchased NSC, National Savings Certificate, worth 5,000. This is the solution. Income Income from salary is 3,50,000. Income from house property is 50,000. Income from business is 75,000. Income from long-term capital gain is 12,000. Government security is 20. Winning from card game 6,000. Winning from horse race 7,000. So gross total income is 5,20,000. Deductions is LIC premium paid. See, 10% of the sum assured. Sum assured is 80,000. On that 10%, 8,000, and premium paid is 10,000. Compare the both. Whichever is lower should be considered. So 8,000 is lower. That should be taken as a deduction. And NSC purchased is 5,000. So under section 80C, total deduction is 13,000. Medical insurance paid is 5,000 under section 80U. From the gross total income, we'll make the deductions, and whatever is there is the taxable income. On that, the tax liability. Again, on card games and horse race, it is a casual income, TDS at 30% will less. Long-term capital gain, TDS at 20%. So from the total income, less the card game income, horse race income, and capital gain income, on the remaining amount, the tax slab will be applicable. First 2.5 lakh, it is exempted. 2.5 lakhs to 5 lakhs. The rate of tax is 5%. So we have to calculate 5% on this. And on the remaining amount, it is 20% of the tax should be considered.